Some of you may recognize this character from the commercials for Bob's Discount Furniture. But this character is actually based off the real man, Bob Kaufman. Now, Bob has always wanted to do more than just sell furniture. He's wanted to support and be a part of the community around him. But this is where his operations run into trouble. After speaking with the operations manager at Bob's Discount Furniture facility in Aberdeen, Maryland, we found that a single distribution center Bob owns generates over 400,000 cubic feet of styrofoam waste a year that just gets tossed into the garbage. And currently, there's no good solution for them to use. Hi, I'm Chris, the CEO.
I'm Josh, the COO.
I'm Will, the CTO.
I'm Maria, the CMO.
And along with our advisor, Stephen Webb, who's been a logistics analyst for over 20 years, we are StyroNo. StyroNo is a cost-effective, time-efficient, and eco-friendly method to remove industrial styrofoam.
Our core operation is to provide our clients with a trailer that they can fill with their styrofoam waste. We'll then come by, pick up the trailer, and bring it to our facilities where we can compress it down into a recyclable form. We'll then take that compressed styrofoam to the recycling facilities where it can be repurposed into other materials.
Warehouses and distribution centers are currently spending over $300,000 a year just removing styrofoam. It takes up an enormous amount of floor space, and companies like Waste Management charge $1,200 to come in 2 to 3 times every single day and remove it. Even more, 25% of all landfill space is taken up by styrofoam, and it breaks apart into small pieces and almost always makes its way into the mouths of small animals and sea creatures. Our solution takes care of all of these problems. Our thermal compressor shrinks the styrofoam to 30% of its original size. Companies save time and money because we reduce the amount of pickups from 2 to 3 times a day down to 2 times a week. And by recycling the compacted styrofoam for free, we avoid the price that landfills charge, and we prevent it from reaching the oceans where it's both a pollutant and kills sea creatures.
StyroNo will be targeting large warehouses and furniture distribution centers where styrofoam is commonly shipped to and built up in large quantities. We will begin by targeting furniture distribution centers starting in Cecil and Harford County, where we can reach up to 8 centers, expanding to the Northeast U.S. with up to 18 centers, and eventually the continental U.S. with up to 71 centers. To summarize StyroNo's marketing strategy, we will be offering an industrial styrofoam compression service using StyroMelt thermal compressors and charging a rate of $2,000 per pickup with an estimate of 2 pickups per week. We will be placing the trailers and picking up the styrofoam from furniture distribution centers such as Bob's Discount Furniture, with our main marketing tactics of sales calls as well as direct site visits and product demonstrations at the distribution centers. We will maintain a website and company landing page with key information and promote StyroNo via billboards placed on highly frequented highways.
Our social impact is threefold. The first and largest is less styrofoam in landfills. The second is awareness. 4% of the money that we generate every year will go towards environmental charities that are most affected by styrofoam pollution, like the Chesapeake Bay Foundation. And our final is employment. As we grow, we will look to hire employees with high school diplomas to staff our warehouses and drive our trucks. In a case study of Bob's Discount Furniture in Aberdeen, Maryland, we found that in a calendar year we could save 400,000 cubic feet of styrofoam from entering landfills. That's the equivalent of 4.5 Olympic swimming pools. It would also lead to $8,000 of money donated towards these environmental charities and bring in $200,000 plus of revenue towards our business.
We become profitable in year 1, generating a net income of $6,000. By year 5, through the addition of 4 customers, we'll be able to hire 4 employees, as well as generate $378,000 net profit. This model shows almost exponential growth because most of our costs are associated with space and equipment. Our team is asking for an investment of $5,000 to lease a styrofoam compressor for 3 months. This will cost $400 per month, leaving us with $3,800 to develop a way to automate the compression process entirely. Our next milestone after that is to generate $150,000 in investment to run the entire business for year 1. We are StyroNo. Thank you for listening.
Can you tell us if you have any competitors here or in the Northeast?
So currently there is no other solution besides conventional waste management and removing the styrofoam and putting it in a landfill. We would be the only styrofoam removal service that actually recycles it and compacts the styrofoam, allowing us to charge a much lower price because we would have to remove it much less often.
Where is the recycling plant or whatever?
So there are many styrofoam recycling plants and drop-off locations all across the U.S. Specifically in Maryland, there are over 30, and every single every recycling plant is within 8 miles of the county that we're, Cecil and Hartford County.
But they will take compacted styrofoam?
Yes, many
That's the
styrofoam recycling plants only take compacted styrofoam, which is why we can offer the product in the way we do and charge a lower price.
And people are owning their own, normally, the difference in the model is people are usually owning their own compressor? Is that?
Correct.
Okay, thanks.
How do you deal with a compressed product that's rejected by a recycler? So if someone you have a problem with Bob and he keeps contaminating the styrofoam with bubble gum wrappers or whatever, right?
So a lot of the styrofoam that Bob Discount Furniture goes through is used to move the furniture from the production facilities to the movement facilities. And so typically it's uncontaminated styrofoam. And in the end, what they've been doing is throwing it in with their waste trash. But by bringing in our service and providing a separate trailer for the styrofoam waste, that styrofoam will be separate and kept clean. And then when we take it to our thermal compactors, it won't be coming into contact with any other contaminants. So the product that we are providing to our styrofoam recyclers will be clean styrofoam that can be repurposed and reused in other materials.
What's the radius that one compression facility could cover? So you talk about expansion to the continental U.S. How many facilities will you need at that point?
Yes, so to answer that question, sorry about that. Missing
It's
the
the first
slide.
appendix.
Yeah, it's the first slide. So basically what we're trying to do is we're having one styrofoam compression center within an hour's driving radius of our actual facility. And specifically for Cecil and Hartford County, all these orange pinpoints are actual customers in the county. And then the blue pinpoint is our location. And then the green pinpoint is the recycling facility. So we're well within about a 40-minute drive from the farthest location. And we're trying to keep it that way, moving up into the Northeast and then expanding out into the Midwest.
So if I were to compare this to cardboard compacting, which most people do locally on site, what's to prevent, why aren't you just placing the compactors there, picking up the compacted material, and then your truck can carry more product per run, and you're maximizing your load?
Yes, we got that, or we talked about that with people at Bob's a few times, and the thing that they were hesitant about was putting their own styrofoam compressors in, because then they'd have to train their employees to do it, and they didn't want to add that extra time and manpower tied up into the process. And also on top of that, each compression takes about 1.5 hours to complete the full compression cycle. So that way, that's what we're asking for the funding for, so that way we can create a way to make that run for 24 hours so we can maximize the cycles out of it, rather than actually compress it there, because then we'd be in their way. And for these companies like that, their big money point is space in their warehouse. So we're trying to reduce the amount of space that is taking up in their warehouse.
So the frequencies of runs from Bob's to, that frequency wouldn't go down?
Yes, it would go down. Currently, how they're operating is Waste Management comes with their trash trucks 2 to 3 times a day to get rid of it. But we'll be having a trailer there that they just fill up with styrofoam out in there.
Bigger containers?
Yes, yes, sir, yes.
Thank you, guys.